Hey everyone, how are you? Welcome to June. It is Tracy coming to you live from Golden Dog Adventure Company, and we have a jam-packed month for you. And we have a great educational theme. I'm here with Jake Belmont today of Red Pointy Dog Training. How are you, Jake?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing well, thanks. And I'm glad you're here with me today because June is such a busy month for people. They want to get out. The weather is beautiful. They've got extra light. They would love to have their dogs off leash. They want to learn more about recall. And I know you've got some great educational resources set up for this month, as well as some great events. So we're going to get into it with everyone and talk to you about it. But first, before we do that, I'd love for Jake to introduce himself and tell us what he does at Red Pointy Dog Training in case you are not familiar. So tell us a little bit about what you do, Jake.
Yeah, I'm Jake. Me and my wife Louise run Red Pointy Dog Training. We're based out of Stratford. We do a lot of different types of dog training, from puppy to reactive dog. A lot of stuff in between. The main things I focus on is I run the nose work program out of the SPCA. And I do a lot of trail dog stuff. So whether it's trail manners, parkour, setting your dog up for hikes, our off leash thing that we do together, all types of fun stuff. So if I'm outside with my dogs or your dogs, pretty happy.
Well, and that's why June is such a great month for you to be the featured expert, because you're like the outside guy with all of the fun activities and events and things that we do with our dogs, as you mentioned. And I'm excited to talk about the official club adventure coming up, because I know we'll get a little bit more into detail on what people can expect. But in the past, we've been fortunate to be able to use a 75 acre parcel of private land here in Barrington. And Jake and I have run a couple of programs on that, and it's perfect for our official club adventure, where we won't have to worry about off-leash dogs or any other humans. And we will have the opportunity to really work on the skill set that Jake is going to teach us about this month. So I'm excited about that. Just, giving a little teaser there, but we'll start at the beginning. We'll start with all the great stuff coming before that. So, Jake, if you want to tell us a little bit about the pop-up talk, which is coming up on June 11th, I know you're going to be talking about recall in the real world. What can people expect by attending the pop-up talk?
Yeah, so we're just going to go over some real world training styles, some cues, and some, different ways to reward your dog that are really actionable. Some things that, we can start right away, no matter if your dog is 8 weeks old or 14 years old, all stuff that can be universally helpful for I can't think of a dog it wouldn't be helpful for.
Exactly.
So being able to build attention, being able to keep your dog engaged, no matter what the distraction is. And one of the things I really like to focus on is helping people build realistic expectations. So I want to do a lot of that because, sometimes we try and move too fast, and the fastest way to move backwards is to try and move too fast. So meeting your dog where you're at, some tips and tricks for that, all that stuff, building trust, building success, all the fun, good things.
Yeah, and I like what you've done in the past with some of the off-leash clinics that we've had, where you have helped people understand if their dogs are ready for that, to be off leash, because everybody wants it off, wants their dog off leash. And a lot of people go on trails and they have their dog off leash even when they're not supposed to. And then what happens is, if your dog doesn't have good recall, it ends up creating problems for not only yourself, but potentially the environment, other wildlife, and of course other dogs who may not be able to be off leash, or who are reactive and certainly don't want to be approached. So I know Jake will give us some tips on that as well, about being off leash with your dog, as well as being a good steward of having your dog on leash. And so we'll talk about that too, so that you can respect other people who are out there on the trail too. Yeah, and I know that you're going to set a great groundwork for us, and kind of the foundation going into the official club adventure, where we're actually going to put these skills to work on that 75-acre parcel of land that I talked about. Can you talk a little bit more about what people might be doing there and what they can expect?
Yeah, so there, and like you mentioned, I think it's a really cool opportunity for training. this area. The trails are beautiful when we went. It's a cool spot, lots of space. So yeah, basically taking a lot of the things that we talk about in the pop-up talk and putting them into action, heading out into the woods, focus training, guided. I'll be there to answer questions. I'll be there to help people tweak things. Maybe I can see, like, a lot of times I can see, like, okay, I think this will actually motivate your dog better than what we thought before. Things like that can really lead to a much longer period of success than, okay, yeah, it works right now, but what happens when it's tested in the, I mean, it is the real world when we're out on that trail, but it's a little bit, more of a controlled environment than, say, if you go to, I don't know, the White Mountains or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, in the official club adventure, the dogs will all be on lead, correct? I don't want anybody to think that they would be excluded, because we will have everybody on lead,
Yeah.
Long lead, I'm assuming, and we can spread out as far as we need, and then Jake can work with everybody. So if you have a reactive dog, but you're curious if this program, this idea might work for your dog, or you just want to try something different, Jake will talk a little bit about what to think about when it comes to your dog's reactive nature, so that you can make sure this is a safe and inclusive event for you. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure we stress that all dogs will be on leash for that program.
Yeah, and I think the long line is probably the most important tool to building a reliable recall. So that's something else. A lot of people have a bit of a trouble handling the long line, so we'll definitely go through some tips and tricks to make that easier and help it work for you. So,
Okay.
Part of building recall is helping your dog not need to be recalled so much, and there's a lot of things we can do with the long line to really help with that.
Yeah, that'll be perfect. And it's just, I just love the opportunity for people to practice this in a safe, welcoming, and, like you said, semi-controlled environment. So check those out if you are interested. You could go to our website at goldendognh.com, click on adventures, and you will see both of those events coming up for Jake. And then, like always, at the end of the month, with our featured experts, what we do is an Ask the Expert session that is for Golden Dog members only. But it's an opportunity for you to come and ask Jake any questions that you have, especially as it pertains to the learning. So if you were at the pop-up talk and then you attended the official club adventure and you've got some clarifying questions, you need some additional resources, you're like, this happened when I did this with my dog, and is that correct? This is a great opportunity for you to get on a Zoom session with us and other members and ask Jake these questions. It's just, a wonderful opportunity that he's giving us to kind of come full circle with the learning and make sure that you don't have any questions at all. He'll also talk to us a little bit about the ongoing support that he offers through webinars, clinics, seminars, through Red Pointy Dog Training as well, that can help that ongoing learning if that's something that you're interested in.
Yeah.
And that will be on June 30th at the end of the month. So it's going to be a jam-packed month. I'm really excited about it, Jake. And I know Jake and I were just talking before going live, because we've had so many requests for the different themed parkour outings that we do. So we're going to talk about what we can do here over the summer. We've got some other stuff that we're working on. So stay tuned to the calendar. There's going to be all kinds of great stuff coming up over the summer. It's already a jam-packed month. And we're already scheduling events into July and August. So, because we know everyone has a busy summer. Yeah. So if you're interested, put these things on your calendar and join us this summer.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on out, have some fun, learn some stuff.
Exactly. Enjoy it with your dog.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, guys. Well, you know how to get a hold of us if you need us. And again, go to goldendognh.com, click on adventures, and all the information you will need will be there. And we'll see you on the trail. Have a great month, everyone.
See you, everybody.
Bye.